In this video, we are rebuilding a fixed output 230 micropump on the bench. It's important to order the correct rebuild kit. If you don't know which style you need, you can find your pump's part number on the pump's body. Providing the correct part number ensures you receive the proper rebuild kit for your pump model. On the bench, you will need the following tools: a 1/4-inch hex key, a 3/32 hex key, a torque wrench, a small pick, a 8mm or 5/16" nut driver, assembly grease like Molykote 55 or equivalent, needle nose pliers, and a lint-free rag and surface. We will be using a smooth jaw vise to hold the pump body securely while we work. With a 3/32 hex key, remove the 2 screws that hold the air cap to the pump body. Remove the air cap assembly, metering pin, and spring from the air side. Place the air cap and retainer on a clean surface. The remaining parts can be discarded. Next, we'll disassemble the pump's fluid side. Use the 1/4-inch hex key to remove the brass plug from the fluid side of the pump. Then remove the check seal, spring, pump inserts, and all of the seals. Depending on how long the pump has been in service, you can either tap the body on a smooth surface or push on the inserts from the other side to drive the parts out. All seals and internal components taken out of the fluid section are discarded. Ensure that the internal bore of the pump block is cleaned so debris doesn't interfere with performance after reassembly. To reassemble, start by laying out all the rebuild kit components. Then drop the brass washer into the fluid side of the pump and ensure it's seated flat on the internal shelf. Ensure there is a light coat of grease on the dash 012 O-ring. Then place it on top of the washer and pressed flat. Use an 8mm or 5/16" nut driver if necessary to make sure it sits flush. Next is the fluid inlet insert. Ensure the X-ring from the kit is installed in the counterbore of the insert. Apply a light coat of grease to the X-ring prior to installing. The insert is installed into the pump body with the X-ring facing the washer and front O-ring, so the sealing surfaces meet when the stack is compressed. Then comes the fluid displacement chamber. Every 230 displacement chamber uses an O-ring at the front of the chamber. The rear seal depends on output size, an O-ring for 20 microliter pumps and a U-cup for 40 and 60 microliter pumps. Ensure they are lightly greased prior to installing. Install the displacement chamber into the pump body with the rear seal facing the inlet insert. Ensure the outlet check valve is assembled with the flat check seal into the brass housing. Install that housing into the bore with the seal facing toward the inside of the pump. And set the check spring over the nub on the housing. Ensure the dash 013 O-ring is lightly greased. Then place it on the chamfer of the displacement chamber so it will seal against the brass plug. Then thread the brass plug back into the body, but do not fully tighten it. This rebuild also replaces the air piston in the air cap. Pull the old air piston straight out and discard it. Ensure the U-cup and O-ring on the air piston are lightly greased. Use a twisting motion to install the new piston into the air cap. Back at the pump body, drop the metering pin return spring into the air bore. Ensure the metering pin has a light coat of grease around the smaller diameter shaft. Then carefully insert the pin into the spring. Slowly press the metering pin so it engages the inserts below. Set the rebuilt air cap assembly back on the pump. Install the 2 screws and evenly tighten the screws to 6 inch-pounds using a 3/32 hex key. Flip the pump back over and slowly depress the air piston on the pump several times. While holding the air piston in, torque the brass plug to 75 inch-pounds using a 1/4 inch hex key. A final bench check confirms that plugs, screws, and fittings are tight. With the 3 remaining -007 O-rings that were shipped with the rebuild kit, replace the 3 O-rings on the pump manifold block. If you prefer to install a new pump or have any questions about the rebuild, Unist lubricants, or anything else you might need, feel free to contact Unist. We're always happy to help.